Alright guys, welcome back to Notes. On Monday we talked about 3 shapes, the rectangular prism, the triangular prism, and the cylinder. We talked about bases and perimeters, and we even talked about a lateral surface, which is a surface that is kind of rounded and smooth. It doesn't have sharp edges. Today I thought we were going to talk about 3 shapes, but we're only going to talk about 2 shapes. And the first one is a cone. Here is the formula for area of a cone. It is pi r times the cursive L, which is slant height, plus pi r squared. Okay, and I'm going to explain this to you. Okay, there is a difference between h, the height, and L, cursive L, the slant height. From the picture, you can see that h is the height from the ground to the top of the cone through the middle of the cone. However, slant height is kind of like the hypotenuse of a two-dimensional triangle. This is the kind of the equivalent of that in 3 dimensions. It's called the slant height, and it is a cursive L. So if you're doing length times width in a rectangular prism or something, that's just a regular L, but this is a specific cursive L. And remember, the base is what the cone is sitting on, so that circle is the base. We're going to use something a little bit different. We're not going to use the rubber band method for this, but we're going to use a different method. This method, we're going to take that purple thing there, call it a straw or just a stick or something, and that is L, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take L all the way. We're going to take that red dot and we're going to rotate L. We're going to rotate the stick all the way around until it comes back to the beginning. And that, I don't have a very good demonstration, but we keep this at the top and we rotate this part all the way around, and that will cover the lateral surface. So what that is take it around the circumference times by L, and then you just add pi r squared, the bottom part. So again, this is the lateral surface, and then the base is the circle, which is this part right here. Alright, so let's plug it in. You don't have to really remember what I'm talking about. Just remember the formula, but I'm trying to, I say this to help you understand where the formula comes from. Maybe you can understand it a little bit better. But let's go ahead and calculate the surface area. Here is the formula. Again, we have that L, we're moving it around the lateral surface, and then we're adding the base. So let's just plug in our things here. So we have pi times r is 5 times the lateral height, which is 13, plus pi times 5 squared. Simplify and you get 90 times pi, or put pi in, you get 282.6. Remember, it's always squared because this is surface area. Again, remember, you can pause at any time if you need to go back and copy the notes down. We have one more shape. It is the rectangular pyramid. So there are very different, multiple different types of pyramids. There's a triangular pyramid, but I'm just going to focus on the rectangular pyramid here. All right, so like I said, the base is always the bottom, or the shape that's in the name of the figure. So this is a rectangular pyramid, and on the bottom, the pyramid is sitting on a rectangle. So that's going to be the base. So here's the formula. Surface area is 1/2 the perimeter of the base times the lateral height plus the area of the base. Like I said, the base is a rectangle, so when we use P and B, we're using it for the rectangle. Perimeter is length plus width plus width, and the base is length times width. And L, cursive L, is the slant height, which is, this is the direct like, this is the direct height, right? And so the slant height would be something like that, off to the side. You'll see in the next example. So just copy that down, and we'll go to the example. Oh, apparently I'm explaining how to do this. So you take it all the way around. You have your slant height here. You take it all the way around the perimeter, and then you add the base. Okay, it's not super important. Let's calculate the surface area. So first we have the base, 8 times 8, 64. The perimeter is 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, which is 32. And then here's your formula. Just plug them in. 1/2. The perimeter was 32. The slant height is 10. And then the base is 64. Again, you get 224 inches squared. And that's all, you guys. This is pretty easy. The only thing you might see, and I'm not even sure if you might see this, is say they give you a triangular prism. Say they give you like the height is 4 and this is 3 down here. Maybe they won't give you the slant height and you'll have to use the Pythagorean triple to know that this is 5. That's the only thing I can see them giving you. But other than that, it's pretty easy. Just plug the numbers in to the formula and solve. So message me if you need any help or have any questions.